This is the latest generation of the VBAT. It's our latest block upgrade. The major features that are now on board this VBAT: one,
It began with silence. No parades, no press conferences, just a quiet shift in China's military posture that no one noticed until it was too late. Satellite images showed unusual data uplinks from a facility buried deep in China's eastern theater, signals that didn't match traditional weapons tests or drone training runs. Intelligence analysts weren't sure what they were looking at until the leaks started. A new kind of system. Not a missile, not a jet, not a nuclear weapon, but a brain, an artificial one. They call it the Dragon Brain, and according to recent reports, it may be the most dangerous system China has ever built, because it's designed to outthink the US military. This is China's AI command platform, a war simulation engine trained to mimic, test, and defeat US battle strategies before the first shot is fired. And it's already running real-time drills that recreate American military movements across the Pacific, predicting how US forces will act, where they'll deploy, and how to break them. According to recent reports from Chinese state media and corroborated by leaked military briefings, China has activated its most advanced version of this AI-driven system. It fuses battlefield data, satellite intel, and doctrine simulations into one goal: simulate and then dominate the next war. The system has no official English name, but internal sources have referred to it as the Smart Command Platform. And behind it is a vast neural network trained on decades of US combat data, from Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, and thousands of digital war games. But here's what makes it terrifying. It doesn't just run simulations, it adapts. As it learns more about US tactics, deployments, and response patterns, it evolves. In a simulated conflict over Taiwan, Chinese AI command units were able to model 5,000 different US strategic responses in under 30 seconds. Then, it calculated optimal counters. In one scenario, it advised PLA forces to delay missile launches by 3 minutes to exploit US satellite blind spots. In another, it redirected Chinese naval drones to flank through an unguarded commercial shipping lane, avoiding detection entirely. And in each case, it outmaneuvered the US side. What shocked analysts wasn't just the accuracy of the simulation, but how the AI identified patterns no human commander noticed. It found that US carrier groups tend to reposition based on lunar cycles, affecting flight deck operations. It tracked fuel consumption rates to predict when refueling would force a temporary retreat. It even recognized hesitation patterns in past US responses, moments when commanders waited too long to escalate. The system learned from all of it. And it's getting better. The PLA has begun integrating this AI simulation engine into live drills. During a 2025 exercise off the coast of Hainan, units received real-time AI recommendations on movement paths, counter-battery fire timing, and electronic warfare deployment, all based on pre-learned US response models. A satellite passed overhead, jammed immediately. A radar blip matched US drone patterns, deployed decoys. The AI didn't ask permission, it just advised, and the human commanders listened. Because here's the truth no one wants to say out loud. If this system works as advertised, China doesn't need to start a war to win it. It just needs to stay ahead in the simulation. This is the new battlefield. Not tanks and jets, but code, data, predictions. And this Dragon Brain is rewriting the rules. According to leaked footage from Chinese military academics, the AI isn't just trained on war data. It's also studying Western news cycles, political debates, and even social media trends to anticipate how the US public might react to certain military events. If it predicts that American voters would resist a full-scale war in the South China Sea, it might advise limited, high-precision strikes. If it sees that the US is internally divided over foreign policy, it might simulate multi-front pressure tactics, stretching attention spans and political will. In short, it doesn't just simulate weapons, it simulates people. And that includes us. There are growing concerns inside the Pentagon that China's AI war engine could be learning from US joint training drills, satellite deployments, and even leaked data from past cyber breaches. Some experts believe the AI may have ingested information from real operations like Red Flag, RIMPAC, or NATO's Defender Europe. If that's true, then it already knows how the West fights. And if this AI is connected to China's command infrastructure, even partially, it could mean that future military decisions in Beijing will come not from generals, but from algorithms. This isn't science fiction. In 2025, a Chinese military journal published a piece titled Cognitive Warfare in the Age of Artificial Intelligence, arguing that the first to weaponize predictive AI would hold total battlespace advantage, and they're acting on it. There are even rumors, unconfirmed but persistent, that the AI system was used to test multiple invasion scenarios for Taiwan. Some models predicted total PLA victory in under 72 hours. Others ended in total failure. But what matters is this. The decisions about whether to invade, delay, or posture are no longer just political. They're computational. And once war planning becomes a simulation game, the side with the better machine wins. The US is not blind to this. DARPA, the Pentagon's secretive research arm, has launched counter-AI projects designed to confuse or deceive foreign simulation engines. Known as adversarial AI, these systems feed false patterns, making it harder for enemy machines to predict real moves. But it's a race, and China is ahead. So what happens if a future crisis in the Pacific is met not with human debate, but with instant machine-generated responses? What happens when the decision to fire is made in milliseconds by a system that doesn't feel doubt or fear or regret? That's what makes the Dragon Brain so dangerous. Because you can't negotiate with it. You can't intimidate it. You can't scare it into backing down. And if it says the odds are in its favor, it might tell the PLA to act. Not because it wants to, but because the math says so. That's the war we're heading toward. One where our greatest threat may not be another nation, but its code.